Well, to be honest, until I became more familiar with the Sisters of St. Joseph, I probably didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about Joseph. Um, but I think now, as I'm a father and a little maybe more life experience, I think about the situation that he was put in and how he handled it and how difficult that must have been, and the humility that he dealt with all of this with. So I think to me, it's someone who was there as a support, as someone who was willing to let God guide their path, and through a lot of uncertainty and probably not all just positive emotion as all this was happening, stayed the course and humbly, helped, the Christ come into the world. So. At times really heavy, times very fun, times losing sleep over what, I mean, I don't have, my son is 3.5 years old, as I'm sure I'm destined for many nights wondering, is he okay? What's he doing? To have 46 of those 18 to 22-year-old men in my charge, it's a roller coaster of emotions at times, but I hope in the way that we foster relationships in our program, I want to be close enough to them that when they're in need, right, they can trust me to come to me. And at the same time, I would say I probably put more of an emphasis on building the bridges and the relationships between each other and across them. Even sometimes in recruiting them, the way I'll explain it is, although it's my program, and I decide when we do what and where we go and what we might wear, and all, it's really their team. And so the more I can do to build them closely and build a strong trust across them, the more resilient the team will be, the more able it will be to deal with unexpected things that happen in adversity, because as their coach, I provide leadership and all kinds of things that help us generally go in the right direction. But when it comes to the performance of our labor here in sports, which is a game, I don't really do very much. Once the performance starts, it's up to the young men that I put on the field and how strong their relationship is to each other, more so than me. And so maybe in a little way to tie that back to Joseph, like, I have to train them, I have to prepare them as best I can, and then in many ways I have to step back and let them show what they're capable of, and then rinse and repeat, review, critique, educate, try and try again until we get it right. So I think that's probably how I see my role in my relationship to them. Just a moment in our practice, and we videotape, segments of our practice so that we can teach from them and the guys can get better. And just an instance where a couple young men were really competing hard and even had, physical confrontation within the rules of the game. And then when one of them hit the ground, two of them ran over to pick him up. Just, that's not a big thing. It seems like a little thing. But I'm really proud when my team shows their strength in the context of me being a coach, saying, hey, they're going to be all right when things get difficult, that they're going to be able to find each other in tough times. So that's the first one that pops into my head. I think the other one was Henry spelling his name the other day. That made me proud. Henry, just he's working on it at daycare, but yeah, I was proud of that too. It's really gives meaning to the purpose I hope to serve. A verse that I think I sure I may have heard before that, but that I've kept close to me since leaving college is Micah 6:8, and the theme of what kind of the purpose of life or the meaning of life or how you want to live it. Do justice, love kindness, walk humbly. And I like to think that my faith keeps reminding me of who I serve here, and that it's not about me, which was another, I think a C.S. Lewis chapter in one of his books. It's not about you, it's not about me. It's really hard to stay in that mindset, but that's, who I serve and how I serve them, and what ultimately is important long after the game ends, of what could their relationship to me or their experience as part of this program and this place, what can we leave them with that's not going to rust when they stop playing sports? What's going to be still there, hopefully long after, when they go become husbands and fathers and CEOs and doctors and lawyers and whatever they're doing in life. That's what I'd like to, hopefully, by staying close to my faith, leave them with some pieces of that will be with them.